Hey guys, Christina Marie here with another episode of New Music Tuesday. It is actually my lunch hour right now, and I'm gonna film this and edit it when I get back to work because I have so much to do. I am prepping for VidCon, and I go get my hair done today, so I don't have time to film after work. And then tomorrow there's no time because I'm doing some other stuff, and then Thursday I'm traveling, so a lot happening. This episode is going to be jam-packed full of stuff, so I'm going to limit it to maybe about 3-4 minutes per item. I think I'm talking about 4 or 5 different items, so I'm trying to make this video under 20 minutes. So it's going to be a long one. Bear with me. Rain, can you get down, sweetie? Say hi. Say hello. Okay, go ahead and get down. Thank you. So a lot of things happened. I got a request to speak on Ciara's album, a request to speak on Thicke's album, Emblem3's album dropped today, Backstreet Boys' album dropped today, and I have to talk about One Direction's new song and video because I didn't last week and people kind of got pissed at me, and I got a couple of emails and tweets and comments. I'm so glad that you guys want this content from me, so keep those requests coming, and definitely if there's something I haven't done that you want me to do, let me know. Comment down below, email me, send me a Facebook message, a YouTube message, a tweet, whatever. Okay, enough of that. Okay, you guys know I'm a Directioner. We all know that. No, I didn't do a reaction video because I felt I jumped a little late on that bandwagon and I didn't want to do one a week later, but oh my gosh. Okay, so I love it. I love it. There are just no words for the excitement that I felt when this song hit the radio waves and hit, oh my gosh. I went crazy over the snippets, and to get the whole song, okay. This is the catchiest song, and it's so much fun to listen to. And that's really all I have to say about the song. It's just amazing, but it's One Direction. Okay, the video. Oh my goodness. Okay, the dialogue and the comedy right up front, the first couple of minutes, amazing. Louis and Niall are hilarious, but for me, it's Liam and Harry that steal the show for me. Liam, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and then, oh, the flamboyant dancing was amazing. I laughed so hard. And then Harry being the nerdy, geeky self that he is, it was awesome. Okay, Zayn was funny as a girl, but Zayn was kind of hot as a girl too. So I was a little confused because I'm like, you're hot as a girl and you're hot as a guy. What's going on, Zayn? It was slightly disturbing, but the best part of the video, as I'm sure you guys will agree, is the end scene where they're doing all the choreography, where they just, and we danced all night to the best song ever, and then they do the boat thing from Live While We're Young, and then they do the and the little butt shake. Oh, it was just so cute. I just squealed. It was amazing. I thought it was so creative that they just compilated all those dance moves. It was everything. It was everything. There, done. That's my reaction to One Direction. So their new album is called Nothing to Lose. They are a group, not a boy band. They don't like being called a boy band. They gained fame after their appearance on X Factor, and they were signed to Simon Cowell's label, I think Psycho Music or something like that. Like I said, this is their debut album. They remind me a lot of LFO, if you guys remember who they are, a band from like the mid-90s that came out with that song, what is it, Summer Girls. New Kids on the Block had a bunch of hits. Chinese food makes me sick, and I think it's fly when girls stop by for the summer. I love that song. FYI, I am wearing glasses and I do have sunglasses on my head because my left eye is light sensitive right now because I scratched my cornea. Don't know how that happened, but it did. So if my eye starts turning red or you start to see a tear trickle down, it's because the sun is shining right in my eye and it's uncomfortable, but I need the light for this video. So right off the bat, they co-wrote a lot of the songs on the album. They even wrote the song Sunset Boulevard, which they actually auditioned with for X Factor, which was awesome. You know how I feel about songwriting. They worked with Benji and Joel from Good Charlotte, which I love them. I love Good Charlotte, so that was a plus for them to see that they were working with well-established artists for their debut album. Awesome, love it. Fun fact, the song Chloe was actually inspired by Khloe Kardashian, who I'm sure you know hosted the X Factor for a little bit. And it's really cool because now it makes more sense. Chloe, I know your sister turns everyone on, but what is it? Oh, baby, I have no doubt you're the one that I want. You think she's got it all, but that don't make her better. You got my heart, and that's the only thing that matters. It totally makes sense, and it is a reflection of Chloe's life because it's so easy to overlook Chloe because of Kim. But Chloe's gorgeous. I love her. So yeah, I'm just really proud of Emblem3. It's like watching your little brothers grow up right before your eyes, almost. Like you see them on X Factor and Simon loves them, and now they're debuting their album on his record label. Like, that is awesome. Now, the thing about their album, it's not a bad thing, is their album sounds the same all the way through, which is an A+ for consistency. And I think as a first album, it's good that you set yourself at this consistent standard. This is your music, this is the type of music you make. So they do sound consistent throughout the entire album. But here's the thing, with that consistency, I can't really pinpoint a song that stood out to me the most, which is, like I said, not a bad thing. But I will tell you the songs that I really enjoyed a lot. I enjoyed Sunset Boulevard. I enjoyed Chloe. I really enjoyed 3,000 Miles. I loved that. That was a slower tempo song. Teenage Kings was a fun one. And then One Day, which is a Modest Yahoo cover, because I could tell that it wasn't their feel. It wasn't their song because I remembered some of the words to the Modest Yahoo cover and I said, this sounds familiar. And then I looked it up. Duh. There is a standard edition and a deluxe edition for this album. The standard edition, not the standard, the deluxe edition has 2 extra live covers. So they're really cool. A live cover of Jaden and of Reason. So I love the Emblem3 album. I really recommend that one. I had a great time listening to it. So there's that. I listened to their album. Now, you know Backstreet's back. All right, those are my boys. That is my diehard true boy band, and I love them. I have been following them for ages, as you know this. I went to my first concert, their Millennium concert, I think in 97 was when I went, 97, 98, something like that. It was October at the Great Western Forum in Los Angeles. So yeah, my boys are back. This is their 8th studio album, but their first one in several years with Kevin. So all 5 members are back. Kevin is back. It made me so happy to hear him because Kevin was my favorite. It's really nice to have the 5-part harmonies back. Now, this is a totally different sound for them. Kevin was saying that this album is more personal. They want to write about the things that are happening in their life. They're not really concerned, well, Nick said this part, they're not really concerned about sticking with trends and trying to come up with the next thing or sound like the latest thing or whatnot. It's just a very personal album to them. So it was a very different sound. I must caution you with that. It's very, very different. It didn't sound like them to me, but I am fine with that because I love them as a group. And so I can adapt to their sound. I did enjoy the album. Was it my favorite one of theirs? No, not really. My favorite tracks on the album was In a World Like This, which is the title track and the name of the album. Permanent Stain, I think this is one Nick wrote if I remember correctly. And then my absolute favorite is a song called Try, which is pretty much I think AJ singing the entire song, and it was just beautiful. And I think he was using a little bit of his falsetto, which shocked me because as AJ gets older, his voice gets a little weaker. So I commend him for doing this. It sounded amazing. I believe it was AJ if I remember correctly. And then I also like the song Soldier, which I believe is the last song on the album. The Backstreet Boys have nothing to prove. They have nothing to prove to us at all. So they shouldn't care, and which they don't. They will do music that they like. This is their first album off of, they're independent now. They're not signed, I think, with Drive or whoever they were signed with before. So they had more freedom to do with what they wanted creatively. By the way, if you hear my smoke alarm in the background, it's doing a little beeping noise because I need to change the battery and I haven't yet. It's being stupid and I haven't done it, so sorry. But yeah, I enjoyed the album for what it was. Not my favorite at all, but my favorite will always be Millennium. But I enjoyed it. I really, really did. So I do recommend giving this album a listen. Totally. Right off the bat, I love it. I loved the entire album. This is his 6th studio album. It has such a great sound. I didn't like his last 3 albums, which is why I was so nervous about this one. I wanted this one to do well for his sake, do well with me. For his sake and for mine. For his sake because I just won't like him as much anymore because I think after 4 albums, if I don't like your next 4 albums, I'm just gonna stop trying. And for my sake, because I was just hanging on so tightly for him, I just really love his voice and I love his potential, and I've been very uninspired with his few albums lately, but this one hit the mark. I love it. I really feel, honestly, he delivered his whole ass with this album. Like, and Bailey's ass is in my face. Sit down, good boy. I feel like he just gave his all with this one. This album already garnered a lot of attention because this album is the one that gave him his first #1 single with Blurred Lines. So people were really looking at that, hoping that the album is just as good as the single that was #1. This is his first #1 song in 6 albums, so rock on. Favorite tracks on the album, I wrote them down. Let's see. Blurred Lines, Ain't No Hat for That, Give It To You, Get In My Way, which is my absolute favorite, and then For the Rest of My Life. I really enjoyed the whole album, but those tracks, subpar, that's not good, we're beyond. We're pushing the envelope. We're really, really good. Can I just say that I'm gonna need Robin Thicke to not have better eyelashes than me? Like, look at this. Look at this guy's eyelashes. Ugh, men. Screw you, Robin, for having amazing eyelashes. Overall, this album is really a solid effort by Robin. I think he's finally getting out of that boxed corner of just being an R&B soul artist, which is not a bad thing. But I feel like he had so much potential to be more than that, to go beyond that boxed corner. So he's easing his way into the pop scene, which is not bad. I know people like to shun or like to give people crap for going pop, but I think that's really a good way for him to go. He should be able to cross all of those barriers, all of those genre barriers. And I think he's done it with Blurred Lines. And I think he can continue to do it. So I think that's great that he's coming out of that R&B soul corner. Don't stray too far from it, though. He doesn't. He definitely doesn't in this album. But I don't want him to stray too far from it. But I want him to be able to just go beyond that, like Justin Timberlake does. You knew I was going to bring up Justin. You had to. You had to know that. But I loved it. I loved the album. I thought it was really, really, really great. This is her 5th studio album, and somebody requested me to go ahead and talk about this album. I didn't expect much from it. I really, really didn't. Ciara is just not the artist for me. She is very talented in dancing. She was never a great singer, ever. And I think finally this album just demonstrates that for me, that she just can't bring it. She can't. She cannot do it. I wasn't going to review this album originally because I knew it was going to be bad. I knew the album was going to be bad, and I just didn't want to deal with the backlash of having an opinion. But screw it. I have an opinion. I didn't like the album, and I'll explain why. I did listen to it. The album was trash to me, but it's kind of like a bad accident. Like, the accident is really bad, but you just can't look away. Like, that's how I felt with this album. I really, really did. I really wanted to like this album. I never want anybody's career to tank. I never want it to tank, but for her sake, I wanted to like this album. And surprisingly, it did get fairly positive reviews, but the album sales speak for themselves, and her album didn't sell that well. And it seems like to me a lot of her fans are illegally downloading the album, which is a catch-22. Like, if you love the album, then put forth the money to buy it, you know? Like, I buy my albums. I don't illegally download anything. Like, I can't do that. I just can't. Like I said, she can't sing. She just can't. And even her best efforts to sing well just couldn't save this album for me. There were a lot of catchy tunes on it, and the only reason I said I would listen to it again is for the catchy tunes. She did co-write a few of the songs, or many of the songs actually, which is good on her. But other than that, I'm not impressed with the album at all. The songs that I did enjoy listening to were I'm Out, Super Turned Up, and Body Party. Those are really the only 3 that I can remember off the top of my head that I really enjoyed. I think Ciara is on her last legs. I really, really do. I don't think she can stand to have any more bad albums or any more bad press or any more bad music, really. It's just winter when is the industry going to get tired of her? You know, when is her label going to drop her? I'm just wondering all these things. So I didn't love the album. I'm sorry. I just really didn't. And Ciara fans, I'm sorry. I am behind your girl. If she gives me a solid, straight out the box, I busted my ass on this album effort, then I will be right behind her. But I don't feel it for her. I just really don't feel it for her as much as I want to. So sorry to end this on a sad note. So let me bring it back. One Direction, awesome. Backstreet Boys, pretty good. Emblem3, great. Thicke, love it. And Ciara. So just to summarize everything, Thicke won this round for me. He won this boxing match between all of them. So let me know what you guys think. Leave comments down below. Thumbs up this video if you like it. Ask me any questions. If there's something I didn't address and you want my opinion on something, comment down below. Or send me a message through Twitter, through Facebook, through YouTube, anything. Just feel free to reach out to me. I hope you guys are having a great Tuesday. And I will see you guys maybe next week for New Music Tuesday. I will be at VidCon this weekend. So if you're there, find me and say hi. Bye, guys. You want to get down? He doesn't want to get down.